Today's episode of the Fan Feed Network podcast is brought to you by Bonnier Jewelry. Week 8 is here, and we are stoked, and the trade deadline is right around the corner, 2 weeks away. Today, Trey and I are diving into dream scenarios for some of these players who are apparently on the block, and just wish casting for these guys to go to better teams, better situations. We also got some news and notes to cover. Later on, we'll have Soleil and Alex on to talk the Vikings Chargers game tonight. Going to be a really good one. And then to end the show, like we always do, where me and Trey will go back and forth giving our game predictions for all the Week 8 game action. So stay tuned, come and hang out with us, and let's get into it.
Every week a new headline drops, game day fire and sideline shocks. Hosts off fan feed. This welcome to the show. We're bringing the heat. No suits, no scripts, just takes from the street. Every week we break down the squads. Real fans. This is the Fan Feed Pod.
Yo, what is up, everybody? How are you doing? Welcome in to the Thursday night show of the Fan Feed podcast. Trey, what is up, my dude?
What's up, dude? Stoked about this past week and this upcoming week. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. I'm going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
I just have to comment on the intro video because there's so many nuggets in there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just forget about stuff. And I love the part where there's like, I can't remember if it's Rodrigo or somebody else who's like eating the food and then the little girl in the background crying.
Yeah.
So good. So many good nuggets in the intro video. What a gem.
Yeah, a lot happens in such a short amount of time in that video. You guys should really go back and just watch it very slowly, just hitting pause. There's a bunch of really stupid stuff. Even the ticker that we have going across, the whole time. Man, there's some really good funny stuff in there.
It's so good. What a testament to the hard work we all put in.
Yeah.
But Trey, you were at a pretty good game this past week, weren't you?
Yeah, man. I was at the Broncos game.
Let's go.
Flew across the country from the East Coast all the way to, well, I guess Midwest. I guess that's what you would call it, Colorado.
Yeah.
But dude, absolutely incredible. I've been to a bunch of games out there, and this was probably the most ridiculous game I've ever seen. I honestly, the most ridiculous game I've ever seen, live or not, it's so weird to see like that score line, by quarter. It's 0-0-0-33. That was it's so crazy to think about it that way, especially when you see it written out like that. Holy cow.
What was all the stuff with the 33, the symbolism of the 33? I knew they were honoring Demaryius Thomas. What was that significance?
Yeah, so Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace. He passed away at the age of 33.
Okay.
So it was just kind of crazy that the Broncos scored 33 points. Their offense got the ball back, with 33 seconds. I know there was something else crazy that, was tweeted out on our Fan Feed Network account. Like the punter punted 303 yards exactly, which is the area code for Denver. Dude, it's
crazy.
Mile High Magic is real, man. It's real. But it was so cool. They also they honored the Super Bowl 50 team. This is like the 10-year anniversary. And check this out. I'm a little bit like Jackson Dart today.
Dang, look at that thing. Oh my gosh. Michael Crabtree is jealous. He would love to snatch that thing.
I do wonder if the Broncos are kind of like taking, I don't think this is the case because they had to plan this months and months in advance, but giving out the chains the day that Jackson Dart rolls into town. I don't know, man. That's just kind of interesting to think about. But dude, yeah, these are really cool. It's heavy too. Like this thing is
That's wild.
Yeah, this thing.
Were they just handing those out?
They hand them out to the first 25,000 people that showed up.
That's
so like
crazy.
Roughly like the first third of the people that showed up. But man, it's so cool. It's
so sick.
Actually, like pure gold. I don't know, but it's so cool.
Hey.
I was stoked that I got one. My wife got one, and they even gave some to our kids. And they both got him for free, and they gave them those. So we got like a bunch of them sitting around.
That's incredible.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a giveaway for some of the Broncos fans or something. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Anyways, yeah, dude, the Broncos game was so incredible. And a bunch of people left when the Giants went up. It was 26-8. I'm sure you saw, but like that crazy ricochet pass that went to Theo Johnson, and then he just he's like a 50-yard touchdown or whatever. It was right after the ricochet to Troy Franklin from Denver, and then they went up 26-8. When that happened, probably like 25 to 30% of the stadium left. They all left, and
yeah.
Rightfully so. I mean, I kind of get it, but I kind of don't, because I as a fan, like, it's frustrating. Look at this, Kendrick. What did you say?
Yeah,
the
haircut.
Yeah.
Haircut.
Hair looks good, man. Dude, this chain.
Appreciate it.
Man, I'm gonna show you guys this like 10 times this week. Anyways, so all those people left, and I was a little bit taken back, because like I spent a lot of money to go to that game, right? And I flew out there, so I'm like, even if the Broncos get blown out, like, it doesn't matter. Even if this game ends 26-8, I'm still having a good time. Like, it's frustrating because your team doesn't win, but at the same time, like, you came to a game. Why would you leave if you're trying to beat traffic? I don't know. Anyways, but what was crazy is once the Broncos started their comeback, that stadium was louder than it had been the entire day. Like, unbelievable. Like my kids were like holding their ears there. It was just the decibel meter, whatever, got up to like above 120. Like, it was crazy what was happening. And you just watch all the Giants fans just slowly like start. What was interesting is that the stadium started chanting, "Let's go Giants," like very, very audibly, like that was happening. And then, they started to quiet down a little bit, and you could see they were all just so nervous as it started to happen. And man, Mile High magic is real. There's something about that stadium where it's just, dude, it's incredible. Such a fun time. And
what a core memory that is.
Yeah, we went with some Giants fans. We went together, and so I felt really bad for him, because he was sitting there next to us, and he was having such a good time, and then you just see his face just drop like this, just like as it progresses. It's like, it doesn't matter what happens, but the big thing that like kind of confused me a little bit was the Giants play calling at the very end, right before that Jackson Dart go-ahead touchdown, that with 40 seconds left, because the Broncos have no timeouts. And I'm thinking, if I'm in the Giants position, what I want to do is, I mean, the Broncos offense is killing it right now. They're on fire. Like, you want to do everything you can to not give them the ball back. And so what I'm thinking is, like, if that's the play you want to run, quarterback sneak, dive in for a touchdown, I mean, save it, take a knee, take it down to like 20 seconds and then run Jackson Dart. You leave the Broncos with no time. They've got no timeouts to move down the field. So a little bit of a coaching blunder, I think, in that regard. I actually leaned over to another Broncos fan that was there, and I said to him, I was like, we want Jackson to actually get this touchdown. When they were reviewing, whether his knee was down or not, I was like, we want it to be a touchdown. And as soon as they showed it as a touchdown, like, the two of us cheered. I was like, let's go, yes, put the ball back. And I mean, the rest is history. But I don't know. It was interesting the way that the Giants handled that, because, Jackson Dart was having an amazing game. I mean, that was like the one thing that I pulled from that game, is that Jackson Dart is the truth. He truly is. He is so good, man. Like I can't believe in his fourth game, he's that good. And, I've never been so excited to beat a 2-win team, but but I guess to be fair, they were 2-1 with Jackson Dart. So, if you want to spin it another way for Broncos fans out there, they're 0.667, win percentage, whatever that is. Anyways, we don't have to go too much further into that. Obviously I'm stoked about it. I'm going to show you the chain again.
Let's go. Just show it. Keep showing it through the night.
No, they're so cool, man.
You got to flex it. It's so good.
Yeah.
We had a good time on the Sunday night show. Caleb and I, we were watching all the games, and we were trying to comment on the games, and like the game was just so good. We'd look up, you can go back and watch it, and like one of us looks up and we're like, no, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, what? Like the Theo Johnson one was crazy. That was just
so crazy.
insane. I was like, there's no way the Giants lose this.
Yeah.
And man, just resilience from the Broncos. Just wish they had done it for the first like 3 quarters. It's like,
I know.
it's
I
it's
know.
got to be so frustrating. And it reminds me of the Steelers in a lot of ways, you know, how they used to be with like Big Ben. But yeah, man, not glad you got to go. That's an exciting time.
Yeah. I mean, if I was going to pick one game to go to, normally it wouldn't have been this one, but because we were going with Giants fans, we were like, oh yeah, let's just, let's go to the game together. It just happened to turn out to be a historic game for the Broncos, truly.
Well, and then just the setting of like celebrating Super Bowl 50, honoring Demaryius Thomas. I mean, just what a special, incredible moment. I mean, literally, you can't describe it as anything else other than like magic or something like that, because all the numbers and all that stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into some of this stuff. We're going to talk some news and notes before we get into this. And speaking of Broncos and Sean Payton, do you hear all this Sean Payton and Russ Wilson back and forth in the media?
Oh yeah. Part of me thinks it's twofold, right? Like Sean Payton takes any chance he can get to kind of take a jab at Russell Wilson. And he's always kind of been like that. But at the same time, I think Russell Wilson is trying to stay relevant to maybe say, hey, I'm still out here. I still exist. Trade for me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Part of me also is like, finally, Russ said something back,
Yes.
He's just been taking punches left and right, and he's just been this punching bag for Sean Payton. And I don't know. This comes from somebody who does not like Russell Wilson, and I do not think he's a good football player. But I'm glad to see some fight in him, But,
yeah, dude, when I saw that, it was like, because I'm the same boat. We both experienced the bad Russ years. You in Denver, me in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Just Russ is such a cornball. But Sean Payton obviously throwing him under the bus. Sean Payton's kind of a tool anyway.
Yeah.
He's done this to a lot of different people. But when Tua hit him, for those who didn't see, Sean Payton originally just said, they had wished that they hadn't made the quarterback change just yet. They were hoping they'd get to play Russ. And, so Russ was irritated with that. So Russ hit him back with classless, but not surprised. And he said, what did he say? Yeah, still bounty hunting.
Bounty hunting like 15 years later. Yeah.
Yeah, still bounty hunting through the media 15 plus years later.
Yeah.
And man, just hot fire. I mean, Russ with the pen, golly. I mean, maybe he's got a career in rap, because that was fire.
That was a bar, dude.
That was a bar. That was a bar. So good for Russ.
And then Peyton came out. He came out and he said what you would expect a head coach to say. Oh, that wasn't against Russ as much as it was a tip of the hat to Jackson Dart, essentially, is what he said. Which I believe half of that is true. I believe he was trying to compliment Jackson Dart to diss Russ. That's what I think he was doing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There is no, like, nobody is believing the lie that Sean Payton and Russ didn't have a feud. Like everybody knew that they didn't like each other. All that information that Russ had in office, like a private office, when Sean Payton took over and Sean Payton took it away from him, that wasn't just a rumor. Like, Sean Payton definitely leaked that so that people would like turn against Russ. It's like plenty of people have offices. I don't know, but yeah, just wild. Good for Russ. And another person in the media who is just fumbling in it is it's Tua, dude.
My God.
Tua just every week. I mean, we talked about this a week or two ago about him throwing his teammates under the bus. Just publicly outing them. He's just had a long history this year of these terrible quotes in the media. Said he'd like to see Cam Newton try to be a pro quarterback, and Cam Newton literally won a Super Bowl, won MVP.
He didn't win. He went to a Super Bowl.
Went to a Super Bowl, but won MVP 1 year. He's said he was going to go home to his kids, whether he throws 5 picks in a game or 3 picks in a game, and if he loses or not. And then this past week, what does he say? That the offensive line sometimes is a little taller than him, and he's kind of short, so he couldn't see Jaylen Waddle. It's like, brother, what are we doing?
Dude, those concussions, they're really coming out in his speech.
It's absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Insane.
And another fun media thing Woody Johnson over with the New York Jets. Did
Oh
you
my
hear
God.
him talking about Justin Fields this week?
I heard he said something, but tell me, like, give it to me live.
So basically, he was just like, it'd be nice if we had a quarterback who could complete a pass.
Oh my gosh.
And
Well, that's true, but
that it is true.
crazy to say.
I guess it's hard because like the first couple games Justin Fields played, like he had a pretty good passer rating. It's just these last two games they've just run into a buzzsaw. The team is like their morale has just tanked.
Sure.
And obviously losing Garrett Wilson does not help that at all. It's not like Fields has a ton of options to throw to. It just Woody Johnson kind of feels like one of these oh gosh, who's the Cowboys guy? Why am I blanking on this?
Jerry Jones.
He feels like he's trying to meddle, and he's like another one of these like crazy owners.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Fields hasn't been playing well the last two games. I'm not going to lie to anybody, but I don't think it's all on Fields' shoulder. This team has so many issues that I don't know why Woody Johnson is going straight to the media to tear him up for what? So that Tyrod comes in and plays. It's like,
Yeah.
Are you getting that much better with him? I don't know.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, it's almost like you wish you had a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, if only.
Yeah.
A 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers who's just slinging it 300 and something yards and 4. What did he have? 4 touchdowns on Thursday?
Yeah.
What a dog.
Yeah, it was like 280 yards and 4 touchdowns. It was something
What
crazy.
a dog.
Yeah.
The Unk Bowl went crazy.
The Unk Bowl.
Unk Bowl did not disappoint. So, but that's what pretty much all we have for the news and notes. So here at about 7:30, we've got some people coming on to talk about Vikings and Chargers. Before that, we're going to talk about some of these potential players who are available for trade and some dream landing spots for them. And we're just kind of going to, rapid fire through a couple of them. Obviously, the trade deadline is November 4th. So that is in about 2 weeks from this past Tuesday. Things are going to start heating up, I think, especially after this week. And that's why I thought it would be pertinent to talk about some of these guys. So let's talk about Jaylen Waddle. What's the likelihood you think of Jaylen Waddle being moved?
The likelihood, I don't see a bunch, like many of these guys getting moved. Maybe one. Like I think like maybe one out of the 10 or so players that we're going to talk about. I don't think it's likely. It just doesn't happen that often that some of these star players get moved. Now it's a different story to kind of speculate where they would go and dream about what like you said, these dream landing spots. So I don't know, man. What do you think? Like, what do you think about the likelihood?
So, likelihood wise, so there's a really good article over on ESPN where I'm pulling a lot of these names from.
Okay.
So definitely go check that out. And they give a likelihood for all these guys. They're all right around like 15 to 30%. So it's all low, which is, that's how the NFL is. Like we always hype up the trade deadline. It's nothing like the NBA, where NBA, once the trade deadline hits, like there have been so many moves. You're like, the whole league changed. NFL players are, teams are very unwilling to move players in the middle of the season. Do I think Jaylen Waddle will get moved? No, I don't think Jaylen Waddle will get moved realistically because Tyreek Hill is hurt. I know the team needs to rebuild, but he's still young. But, they do have to re-sign him. If he was going to get moved, though, I would love to see him go. He'd be a great candidate in Pittsburgh. Just a speedy guy. I know the Steelers are looking for, a speed option on the opposite side of DK, who's the big physical receiver. So I would love that. I don't think Waddle is really the guy. I'll bring up a couple other names while we're here, just receiver wise, because they're all kind of in the same vein. So Jakobi Meyers, another option, and Chris Olave, another really good option. Olave is the one I would love. Yeah. I love Chris Olave. Like who do you think is the best out of those three?
Well, yeah, I would take Olave, Waddle, Jakobi Meyers in that order.
Yeah. I think that's about right. Another really good landing spot is the Giants.
Yeah, you think so?
I would love one of these guys to go to the Giants.
So yeah, let's talk about buyers for wide receivers. Like you're thinking Giants.
Yeah,
The
Giants.
very first. Well, go ahead. Go ahead with yours.
Yeah, I mean, Giants are definitely the top ones. I've seen some rumors that they're like big game hunting
Mhm.
when it comes to receiver, especially with Malik Neighbors going down. And you don't want to waste your rookie quarterback's first season. He's out there throwing to Lil Jordan Humphrey,
Mhm.
dog. Also throwing to Wandale Robinson, another dog. But they definitely need like someone who's an actual dog. So I think the Giants are definitely the big one. I mean, you could say the Jets need somebody, but they're 0-7. Panthers probably need another receiver. Cardinals, maybe even the Ravens or the Broncos. Like, what do you think on the Broncos?
Yeah. I do like what we have at receiver. We got a bunch of young guys, and I like that. I mean, obviously Court is your alpha out in Denver. You've got Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims. They're kind of like the 2A, 2B. That's kind of where they stand. It would be great to have like a 1A to 1B type of guy. I would love to also have Chris Olave out in Denver. I don't think the Broncos are buyers at wide receiver though. Somebody I do think is a buyer or should be a buyer. Well, two teams in the same division, the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots.
They yeah.
They both need those alpha dogs, and I think, I don't think Jaelen would go to either one of them. So I think that Chris Olave would be the best bet. I think that they could get in a bidding war with each other and really drive that price up. That would be crazy. I mean, you give Josh,
that would be crazy,
or Drake May, Chris Olave, man, trade for him now in fantasy. Like, go get that guy now.
I love the Jaylen Waddle with Josh Allen pairing.
Yeah,
just with Josh's big arm and Waddle. I think Waddle's a lot faster than most people realize. I love that. I love both of those options.
Yeah,
those are definitely the dream scenarios. Patriots need a receiver.
I know.
Olave would be like, Olave just looks like a Patriot.
Yeah, I know.
Jakobi Meyers though is pretty realistic for the Patriots.
I think so too.
Had history.
He knows the brass already. Just bring him back to New England. Like that makes a lot of sense for both sides. And Tom Brady's out there. He's part owner of the Raiders, right? He could make a couple calls and just say, "Let's get this done." Yeah, that I think is probably the most likely of any of these players.
100%. 100%. I would love to see Drake May get one of these guys. That was one I honestly hadn't thought about too much. And I definitely think that's a good pairing. Let's change positions. So we've got a couple like interior defensive linemen, both interior and on the edge. So Trey Hendrickson, Maxx Crosby, Jeffrey Simmons. All of these guys have been rumored to potentially be open. And then those rumors have now turned to, well, they're not available, but that happens all the time. I mean, Jerry Jones said that Micah Parsons wasn't available and then traded him for, a couple first-round picks. So are there any teams you think that would be going to get Trey Hendrickson or Maxx Crosby or would be a good fit for them?
Yeah, I think the first team that came to mind is the Cincinnati Bengals trading Trey Hendrickson to the Detroit Lions. I think you put him. Wouldn't that be crazy? Put him on the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson. Holy cow, that would be crazy, absolutely crazy. They would just wreak havoc all over the NFL more than they are already.
That would be insane.
And then we're gonna have Soleil on here in a few minutes, but I actually thought Tennessee shipping out Jeffrey Simmons to San Francisco would also be a really good pairing. They've got a really good D line already, but just adding some extra depth there. I think same thing as Trey Hendrickson. Maxx Crosby, there's that obvious, send him over to Dallas, which I think that could be a good pairing. He's seems like a Jerry Jones type of guy.
Well, and that feels almost realistic, and that's some of the rumors I've seen is like both Trey Hendrickson and Crosby being rumored to the Cowboys.
Yeah,
which obvious need there, the worst defense in the league right now, and also shipped off Micah Parsons, so filling that spot with one of those guys. I mean, I was listening to who was it? I was listening to, was it Pat McAfee this morning? And they were talking about Trey Hendrickson potentially being traded, and they're like, well, the Bengals just won. They just traded for Flacco. They won a game. They're obviously like trying to continue to like push for a winning season. So I don't see the realistic
until
like,
Burrow comes back. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. But Crosby, like that Raiders team is so bad. And Crosby's probably what, 28, 29?
Yeah. He's also has a massive contract. So that's part of it too.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. Apparently the Titans, I said this last week in my rant against the Titans.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Simmons is a dog. He's a great player. He's 30, and there's no reason that the Titans should have him on their team. Like, you know, I don't understand. I think his contract's also pretty massive, but he'd be one I'd be shipping out so fast as a if I was in the Titans brass. Because that team has so many holes and needs to fill them quick. So, I'd love to see any of those teams. Another sleeper team, I think, for like edge would be the Falcons.
Oh, yeah.
They've already been dominating on defense, but even like Hendrickson and Simmons both can play inside and play nose tackle, which like with Jalen Carter and Jalen Walker, or Jalen Carter, that's not his name, James Pierce and Jalen Walker, the rookies that the Falcons drafted on the edge playing really well. You put one of those guys in the inside, golly, just disgusting defense for the Falcons.
Well, and like Jalen Phillips, like he'd be a good candidate to send over there, I think.
Yeah. He's also a great one.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of edges kind of, you know, in the trade market right now, which is cool. But again, you know, it's kind of dream scenarios. I would love to see the NFL just going boom, 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 just like shipping players all over the place, kind of like the NBA, at least once. But it just doesn't really happen that often, which kind of stinks. But yeah, I mean, that would be awesome. I mean, just to see those guys get a fresh start somewhere else, you know, to a team that wants them. Yeah.
So last position I want to cover tonight is running back.
Okay.
Obviously, we were talking about Alvin Kamara for a while, but I don't know if you saw those reports. He basically said if he got traded, he'd just go start drinking a margarita somewhere or something like that. He was not interested. But Breece Hall is still someone who is very live to be traded. That Jets team 0-7, morale is down. They've got to make moves. Who would be dream scenarios for for Breece Hall?
Yeah, for Breece Hall, dream scenario would be the Kansas City Chiefs. That would be that's where I would ship him first. You know, and that's just coming from somebody who hates the Kansas City Chiefs with a passion. Right. But, you know, as a smart football move, that's what you do is you send him to, you know, one of the best offenses in the NFL and you just let them go crazy. I mean, they have to respect the pass already, and now they have to respect the run. You know, right now, nobody's scared of Isaiah Pacheco and what's his name? Kareem Hunt. And but you
are scared of Rashard Smith.
He's out there. He's a Chief. But yeah, that's where I think you send him. Alvin Kamara, hear me out. All right, I think if you pair him with Saquon Barkley in Philadelphia, he goes crazy. Just imagine accounting for both of them. You know, Saquon is coming in, then when he goes out for relief, you got Alvin Kamara coming in. And what's he going to do? Is he going to run the ball? Is he going to catch it out the back? Like they can both play the same position and just keep each other fresh the entire season. That would be, man. I would love to see some stuff like that.
My dream scenario for Breece Hall would be the Chicago Bears taking over that DeAndre Swift role. Swift is playing well right now, but I think that team wants to be more run heavy. You know, they've shifted definitely in the last 2 weeks, and Breece Hall just feels like a guy that like Ben Johnson would love. But the other team that I just can't get out of my head, and when I think of Breece Hall, I see him in this jersey, is the Houston Texans. I could see him as a Houston Texan, and they need running backs so bad.
Sure do.
You know, they just Woody Marks, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon. We have no idea where Joe Mixon is. Like, we don't know how his foot's doing. He could be doing the margarita thing that Kamara's been talking about. I don't know. But yeah, the Texans need somebody bad. I don't know. I think the other potential team, but I don't think they'll go for him, is the Chargers.
Okay.
because right now it's just Kamani Vidal. Hassan Haskins is out tonight, which is hilarious.
Dang.
O'Marion Hampton on IR, and even rumored to miss a couple weeks after he comes off IR. So like they really need running back, but a guy like Breece Hall has kind of a higher price tag than I think the Chargers want, especially with the success of O'Marion Hampton so far.
Right.
So anyway, but yeah, that kind of wraps up some of the trade deadline stuff. We'll have more trade deadline stuff next week, probably when the news cycle continues to update, but wanted to kind of touch on some of these things now. And so we are about to go into our game preview. Before we do, we'd like to give a word from our sponsors. So from Bonheur Jewelry.
Ladies, we did the research for you. Fellas, pay attention. We've partnered up with Bonheur Jewelry. Bonheur is a celebrity favorite, eco-friendly jewelry company based in New York City. They're adored by stars such as Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Their designs have been featured in top publications including Vogue, Elle, V Magazine, and on major platforms. We love them. They have great pricing for luxury jewelry. It's something that you can start planning for before the holidays get here and get it early. Click on the link in our show notes below. You can sign up for 15% off your first order. When you support our partners, you support FanFeed Network. Check them out.
Cool. All right. And now joining the show, we've got Soleil and we've got Alex. What is up, y'all?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing, Soleil?
Pretty good. Wrapping Paige Beckers today.
Let's go.
Cool.
Let's go. I was wondering what that jersey was.
Yeah, it's none other than
Paige Beckers.
Let's go.
I'd only rep Paige Beckers and Klay Thompson if I was wearing anything from Texas.
There you go. Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd, you wearing a Texas shirt, being out in L.A. or not L.A. Are you in L.A.?
San Diego.
San Diego. So you're not too far.
Yeah.
But Alex, what is up with you, man?
Not much.
Not much. Welcome back to the show. Is that a Justin Jefferson jersey?
It is, yes. This is a Jefferson jersey.
The king. How
Where's your
many
Carson
yards
Wentz
is he going
jersey?
for tonight?
What can I do not have a Carson Wentz jersey.
Oh, come on.
That
You're not a real
Big
fan.
fan.
You got to have
the hometown
Yeah, you
favorite.
gotta have a quarterback
the hometown
jersey.
favorite died long ago. Died last week.
You've heard the intro song, Real Fans.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are not that, sir. Not that.
I got a Kyle Orton jersey somewhere in my closet. Sure do.
That's crazy.
Yep.
What a legendary pool.
Yep.
Somebody was bringing up Kyle Orton. Oh, it was so y'all saw the game Thursday night. Flacco targeted Jamar Chase like what, 20 something times, 23, 24.
Yeah.
And he had 16 catches. And somebody pulled out a stat that the last time a receiver had been targeted over like 23 times was Brandon Marshall for the Broncos. And who was his quarterback?
Yeah.
None
Kyle
other
Orton.
than Mr. Kyle Orton.
Goat.
I had Kyle Orton in some fantasy leagues. It was painful. But anyway, let's talk about this Vikings Chargers game. This looks like a really good game tonight.
Yeah.
Really excited. Vikings are currently the underdogs. The total is at 44.5. So I want to start with a question for Alex. Alex, it's been a couple weeks, obviously, since you've been on. And obviously, the biggest problem for the Vikings right now is the quarterback situation. The rest of the team's playing pretty good. Defense is good. You know, maybe a little bit more to be desired in the run game, but quarterback is definitely the big issue. How are you feeling right now with J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to people about this all week. Even one of my professors is also a big Vikings fan, so we kind of go back and forth. Sometimes even in the very start of class and after class, so that's fun. But we were talking about this just today that the Carson Wentz experiment is kind of over. I know JJ's there's a difference between like playing it safe and playing this guy for the future versus at some point we're at a do or die moment. Like this is just a roster that's been built to win this year. The cap situation after this year is awful. And so if you're in a do or die moment like this, you want to see a guy like JJ out there, at least give him a chance. And then if you're going to blow up the team, like then you at least know what he's capable of.
Do you buy this this idea that he's still hurt from the injury, or do you think this is kind of like a soft benching?
Yeah, I don't know. I was seeing the Schefter tweets. It was kind of funny following Adam Schefter, where he was like, "This was always expected to be a 6-week injury," and then people were quote tweeting him from his 2 to 4 week expected timeline.
Liar.
I don't know.
Now,
I don't know. I'd love to think that KOC still has faith in JJ and that this is just we're being cautious so that this guy doesn't have a long-term injury for this season. But after last game, I don't know how he can suffer anymore with Carson Wentz at quarterback.
Yeah, it's definitely like weird vibes. Just like you said, team built to win. They came into the draft this past year with 5 picks, because
I think about 4.
Yeah, so they've been moving pieces to try to build this team, and it's a great team, but quarterback is the big question. So it all remains to be seen. And JJ's not playing tonight, correct?
He is not. He is out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's shift over to Soleil. So Chargers have been struggling a ton in the trenches. Obviously, tons of injuries on the offensive line. They're on their 4th or 5th farmer. Now, I did see that Joe Alt is questionable and probably going to play tonight. How big of an impact does that make for the Chargers team tonight?
It means a lot because I think obviously having a strong offensive line means that they'll be able to run the ball, but I think it still says a lot that they're on their 5th running back. That's just insane. You were talking about Amari Hampton earlier. I was like, yeah, he's great, but he's currently on IR. It'll be a hot minute. So it might open up a few opportunities for Justin Herbert to make a run. It'll obviously make, I don't even remember who RB5 is at this point. It might make it easier for him. But other than that, I think it's just yeah, it's nice to have him healthy, but other than it's kind of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just think Joe Alt's so good. But yeah, it's you could be so good, but when you've got Kimani Vidal followed up by none other than Nyheim Hines. I don't know if everybody knew that, but Nyheim Hines is over there playing tonight as the RB2. I can't believe he's still stuck as an RB2. There were a lot of people in fantasy football that thought he was going to be the next big thing. And still he's RB2 when paired up against the Chargers' current RB3. So hilarious.
That's crazy.
All right. So we're going to shift. I want to hear what your teams have done well so far this season. So Alex, I want to start with you. What have the Vikings done really well so far this year? What are their strengths?
You kind of talked about it. Pretty much everything but quarterback. Especially pass defense this year has really been improved. I've been really impressed with that. I think we were 27th or something in pass defense this year. And minus last week, we've been top 10 the whole time. So I think that's been really good. Bringing in Isaiah Rodgers was the steal of free agency, I think, just for any team in general. He's been crazy good for the most part. So I think that the defense, I don't know how it could have gotten much better than last year, but it did. So the pass defense especially has been really good.
Do you think Brian Flores is going to get a head coaching job after this year?
Oh my God.
I was hoping last year that he didn't, and he keeps getting these interviews, and then he just keeps I don't know if he's turning him down. He's I like where I'm at, or if he's just not somebody that people are taking seriously. But I think he'll probably get a couple more interviews. I don't know if he's going to leave. Yeah. He's got kind of a dream set up there.
He really does. Yeah, it would be hilarious for Mike McDaniel to get fired and then Brian Flores get hired as the Miami Dolphins head coach for the second time, but this time no Tua. I don't know if everybody remembers that feud, but obviously I was very close to that feud because Mike Tomlin hired on Brian Flores because Flores couldn't get a coaching job anywhere. People weren't taking him serious.
I thought there was some case and they settled and you got a payday.
For yelling at grown men. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Bunch of sissies. But anyway, let's move on to Soleil. Soleil, what have the Chargers done well so far this season?
Well, Anyway, circling back to what you guys were just talking about, I remember that moment so clearly. The like Mike Tomlin, Brian Flores feud. I like wrote an article about it, and this is back when I was in high school. So you guys mentioning that was funny, but I think just the passing offense. They're like, I was looking it up today. They're third in the NFL in passing offense, and Justin Herbert's the NFL's leading passer, which is super awesome. And I think after a couple dud years, seeing Quentin Johnston kind of emerge after being a disappointing first round pick, because he was in the draft with who, like Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, and those guys, and for him to be the only one that kind of didn't perform well, it's been nice for the Chargers at least to know that their first round pick is working out, and it's also like a succession plan for like, you know, aging Keenan Allen and all that. Yeah.
How excited are you about Oronde Gadsden, that tight end that just blew up out of nowhere the last 2 weeks?
I don't know, man. Like, I hope he, I don't know, gets the offense moving, keeps it up.
I'm starting him in fantasy football tonight. It is a brutal bye week this week. It's
I know.
Yeah, it sucks. I also picked him up.
Yeah.
I have him in the same league that I have Tyler Warren, so I'm starting him in my flex. So I'm actually starting 2 tight ends tonight. Yeah.
Oh, I was writing about Tyler Warren earlier this week during the like Chargers Colts game. I was like, man, that one was just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
I'm so sorry, but I have to give it to you, Soleil. You like waxed me in that the fan feed league.
Oh my god. I don't think that I have started that lineup in a couple weeks. Like, not on purpose. I just like I'm in like 3 different ones, and like I have notifications on for Sleeper. So I like just kind of like la-di-da. So glad that's going well.
Yeah, it was crazy because I talked about it on the fantasy show on Tuesday. You were like waxing me going into the last night, and then I can't remember who I have. I think it was Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, it was Jahmyr Gibbs. He got me 43 points. I lost by 2 points to you. Brutal. But we do have to also pay our respects to the current reigning the head honcho, Mr. Alex Gast. He's currently 6-1.
Oh my god,
he is balling right now. How many Vikings do you have on your team, Alex?
I don't think very many, honestly. I think I had the Vikings defense for a little bit. Yeah.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah. Mr. Wet Cement Pants. Mr. Wet Cement Pants himself, Javonte Williams, is carrying the team. So
that's crazy.
Such a crazy.
He's like legit like a top 3 running back this year. Plays the Broncos, who were not good against the run this week. So we'll see.
We did a Would You Rather in the fantasy show, and it was Saquon Barkley or Javonte Williams rest of season. And I said Javonte.
Hey, dude, I lean with you. Yeah, it's like the best offense versus one of the worst offenses in the league.
Yeah, insane. All right, let's talk about your team's biggest weaknesses. So we'll start with Soleil this time. What are the Chargers' biggest weaknesses right now?
I mean, we talked about it earlier, but come on, the run game. Like, yes, getting Joe Alt back is nice, but like, again, your 4th, 5th running back isn't ideal for the Chargers. And then also I was looking at the run defense. It's not great. It's just like, I know that Minnesota's run game isn't all that crazy, but still just both sides of the ball, defending the run and running the ball.
Yeah, that was kind of my I probably didn't phrase that first question well, but I said struggling mightily through the trenches, and I meant both sides. Like, talked about Joe Alt, but yeah, the run defense has been horrendous. They've gotten run over so hard this year, and just crazy. Kendrick says, good luck to you, Soleil. He's got you this week in the fan feed league. So
I'm currently dropping some of the players right now.
There you go. Trying to adjust the lineup. Let's get it. All right, Alex, what is the Vikings' biggest weakness? I think we've maybe kind of talked about it, but is there any other weaknesses outside of quarterback?
Outside of quarterback, the offensive line has almost been worse than quarterback has been this year. I mean, we just can't get anybody healthy. I've been comparing it to like shuffling a deck of cards every week. Like he just kind of throws something out there and it's a different lineup every single week. And they've been blocking really poorly. Justin School is one of maybe the worst tackles in football right now. And I think he's starting tonight, which is even worse. So yeah, it's the offensive line has certainly not helped the case.
Man. Are you feeling pretty good about Jordan Mason this year? Like, have you been impressed or maybe not?
Yeah. I think especially for what we got him for, I think it was basically a pick swap. It was a really good deal. Aaron Jones is on the back half of his career. Even if he wasn't injured, I don't think he would have had that great of a year. Primarily a pass catching back now. So Jordan Mason's kind of that big explosive guy that they've needed behind Aaron Jones. And especially when both of them are healthy, that'll be a much more dangerous run game.
Yeah. Well, Aaron Jones plays tonight, so
he is healthy. Okay.
Yeah. Well, didn't say healthy. He's playing
healthy enough. Yep.
He's healthy enough.
So
he passed the test. All right, let's go ahead and give our keys to victory for tonight's game. Then we'll give a final score prediction. I'm gonna start with Trey. We'll go to Alex, Soleil, and then I'll round it up. So Trey, what are your keys to victory for this one tonight?
Yeah, it's pretty simple for me. O-line has to do its job, right? I mean, we talked about this at the very beginning of the season, but Justin Herbert looked like the early MVP. You know, we were looking at him after week 1, week 2. We said Justin Herbert is playing lights out. The only way that he can maintain that kind of game is if you protect him, and it's been really, really rough the last couple weeks for him. So that's what they got to do is just keep him upright, and he's going to take care of the rest. I mean, the defense is good enough to stop Carson Wentz. No offense, Alex. Defense is good enough, but that's what you have to do. You just have to protect your star quarterback, your $250 million quarterback, and you'll be able to handle business tonight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to give my prediction now, or you want me to wait?
Yeah, let's hear your prediction.
Okay. I think. I think it'll be close. I think it's going to be very similar to the Vikings and Eagles game last week, where it doesn't. And I read your article, Alex. I read it. You said it didn't feel good. Like you said something like it didn't feel good at all, like to watch that game. But in the final score line didn't. I guess it doesn't tell the whole story because look, it was one score game, right? It was 22-28, and Eagles won that one. Yeah, I think it'll be something similar, like 27-20. But maybe that last touchdown comes. It's just like a fluky touchdown at the very end. I think the Chargers take it.
Go Chargers. Let's go. All right.
I didn't say go Chargers. I just think that's what's going to happen.
Well, I mean, you rooted for them, so go Chargers. Long live the Chargers, right, Trey?
Yeah, sure. That's what happened.
No quarterback.
Yeah.
Just say it. Kodiak shouts you out, Soleil. Love your honest viewpoint on the Chargers. So
it feels like a backhanded compliment almost. I am a Niners fan, so maybe that's why I am pretty honest about the Chargers.
Yeah.
But you know what? Close to the issue. Love Justin Herbert. I'll take it.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, Alex, what are your keys to victory for the Vikings, and what's your final score prediction?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, the O-line has to hold out, like Trey was talking about. I think that goes for both teams, like he was talking about, but especially for us tonight, with Carson Wentz still being in there, and he's 2-2 as a starter. He's had really bad games or really good games, and most of the really bad games have been the O-line has been kind of bad, with the exception of the Eagles game. So the O-line holding up for sure. And then Carson Wentz cannot turn over the ball. If I see one more Carson Wentz turnover, the TV might get shut off. I can't do it anymore with him throwing these balls into double coverage, like just turning around and throwing it over his head. Like I have no idea what he's doing sometimes.
It's Carson Wentz experiment, man. You got to you have to just like weigh it out. I don't know. It's like I feel like you guys are drowning out there, and I feel so bad for you. But
it's not so ugly. At least Jameis does it in style.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, if Jameis throws the ball up, every time it goes in the air, it's either a touchdown or an interception. And that's what I love about watching Jameis. It's not the same with Carson Wentz.
Did you give your final score prediction?
I did not.
Okay.
I want to believe in us, so I'll go 22-17 Vikings, but I could easily see it flipping the other way.
Yeah, this is a very tight game. Soleil, what is keys to victory, final score prediction for you?
I'm going to start with the final score prediction because mine was 21-17 Chargers. So when you said that, I was like, oh my God.
Dang.
And then you were like, it could flip the other way. And I was like, so that was my prediction. And the over-under was 45.5. I was thinking, I was going under, I think, with a questionable quarterback situation and RB 4 or 5. I don't know if we're getting in the end zone all that much. But my keys to the game were, again, keep up the strong passing game. Justin Herbert, as long as he's protected, he can throw the ball, maybe run the ball, and, like, obviously contain Justin Jefferson because he's Justin Jefferson.
I can't believe this is the first time Justin Jefferson has been brought up. That's crazy.
I know. I
like
had
20
it in my
minutes.
notes, and I was like, is this the first time we're mentioning him?
Yeah. outside of Alex's jersey.
Yeah. It's been a sad year for Justin. Just, the quarterback situation has not helped. He's had some good games, but just brutal. So I'm going to, like always, be bold here. I'm going to go with the over, very much over. I think this is a high-scoring game environment. I mean, we've seen the Chargers, when they need to throw the ball and score points, they're going to score points. I think the Vikings defense is very good, but they do have a glaring weakness against tight ends. And the Chargers have this new guy on the block named Rondé Gadsden, who is an absolute dog. 164 yards on nine catches last week.
Yeah. 8 or 9.
8 or 9. It was crazy. So I think and Chargers just have so many receiving options. Vikings, definitely, I agree with Alex. Like, Carson Wentz cannot throw these interceptions. That one that he was, back in his own end zone or close to it and just kind of lobbed it up 50 yards down the field. It was like, what are we even doing right now? And he just digs himself a hole. And that was so early on in the game that it causes the team to have to come and play in like comeback mode the whole time. I think if the Vikings can control the game from the beginning, and if they're playing from ahead and causing the Chargers to have to throw the ball, I think they have a really good shot. But I just think the Chargers with Joe Alt back, I think they're going to get enough protection. So I'm going to go Chargers in this one. I'm going to say 31-28 is the final score. Close game, but go Chargers.
Dang. 31? Yeah. Wow.
31.
28?
31-28, baby.
Wow.
Carson Wentz is also like he loves those high-scoring games. What was the Falcons Vikings score? What was the final score of that one? 28-22? Oh, it's 22-6?
Falcons Vikings, yeah, it was.
Oh, Falcons Vikings. What was the Eagles Vikings game though?
Oh, Eagles Vikings was 28-22, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, Vikings, I could see this happening, but we'll see. Maybe I'm just wild. But anyway, Alex and Soleil, thank you both so much for being on.
Thank you guys.
You guys both go enjoy the game tonight, and good luck to both of your respective teams. And go to 49ers, Soleil.
Go Vikings.
Bang, bang,
Go
game,
Vikings.
but like also bolt up.
That's right. Yeah. Bolt up.
All right, bye. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Cool.
Dang.
Yeah, I hope you didn't like my over call.
Well, mine was over too. I said 27-20. Like
That's true.
The line is 44.
Mine was real over.
Yeah.
These primetime games have gone over a lot this year, though. Especially the Thursday night games.
Tinfoil hat time. It's if you're the NFL, you want the Thursday night games to smash the over, right? Like,
yes,
you want that to happen so more people watch because they have been notoriously bad, and a lot of people remember the bad ones, not the good ones that have happened, because there have been so many of them. Man, I don't know what it is about Thursday night, man. I think everybody is just like still hurting from Sunday, and so they're just not playing as hard or what, and I don't know. effort.
Yeah. The Thursday night games have definitely gotten better over the last
Yeah.
like 5-6 years. Because I remember like 5-6 years ago, well, actually a little longer ago, like 8 years ago, I was working in a hotel watching Thursday night games, and it was just so brutal. It was like Jags Titans,
Yeah.
just a 13-7 slugfest, and it wasn't even good defense. It was just
Disgusting.
terrible offense.
Just bad. Like everyone's trying to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll never forget we had a couple of them. That was a Sunday night against 49. But again, that Russell Wilson against the Indianapolis Colts, that, oh my gosh. Everybody knows that game. All you gotta do is bring that up, and Russell Wilson versus the Colts, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that Thursday night game, that was the worst game I've ever seen of all time
in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite Broncos game ever is the Kendall Hinton quarterback play.
Oh man. Against Sean Payton. That was against
Sean Payton.
Yeah.
The Saints.
Yeah, he had one completion for 13 yards to Noah Fant. I remember. I will not forget.
He knew who the best the alpha on the team was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that.
All right. So one quick trade guy we didn't talk about that I do want to get to really quick is Riq Woolen. So Seahawks have been trying to kind of move him, I feel like. He doesn't really fit Mike McDonald's scheme. And he's definitely a scheme guy. So Riq Woolen, I think he's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Do you have any dream scenarios for him?
Yeah. Two of them. Which one do I want to talk about first? All right. I'm going to say also both in the same division. I'm going Dallas Cowboys for obvious reasons. They are the worst pass defense in the league. But this is one that I think would be really fun. I was there in person on Sunday. The New York Giants. I think the New York Giants go out and trade for a corner. Then you're really buying into the Jackson Dart thing, and you're saying, we could make a push for a wild card spot at this rate, because again, they allowed 33 points in the fourth quarter. All you gotta do is make one stop. And I was telling this to my father-in-law when he was there with us, and I said everything had to go perfect for the Broncos to win that game, like perfect. And it was more than perfect. Like that entire game was just like everything that had to happen correctly happened for the Broncos in that fourth quarter. And if you got an alpha corner out there, I think you make one of those big stops. Maybe you pick off Bo Nix or stop him short of that touchdown, and that's game. Maybe he makes that game-saving play at the end when he's targeting Marvin Mims and Cortland Sutton on the sidelines. I don't know, but Riq Woolen is the kind of guy who can do that kind of stuff. So I would love to see him get shipped to New York.
Yeah, I do love that match. And New York is just getting cooked in the secondary. So they definitely need some secondary help. My dream scenario for Riq Woolen is actually to go over to Indy. Colts secondary is just dog water. Just so bad. They are brutal bad.
And they're still winning.
And that defense is playing so well. Lou Anarumo, I mean, just what a coach. I heard Greg Olson today talking about Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator, and how this defense is like stuff he's never seen before. The way he's scheming up blitzes and stunting guys, doing this and doing that, and all these different things. It's just stuff that even Greg Olson, like however many year player he was, has never seen before. So if they could get some help in the secondary, man, that Colts team is super dangerous. I mean, they're live right now to be like the favorite in the AFC to win, like in the playoffs, potentially. This is so wild. I'm going to hit you with something that's just going to like break your brain.
Okay.
How wild is it that it's very possible that we could get an Indianapolis Colts versus Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl this year?
Dude, that would, oh my gosh.
And that would be a great game.
Do you think so? I think just like on paper, if you told me that, I'd be like, I'm not excited about that Super Bowl, even a little bit. But it probably would be a good game. I mean, it probably would. Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, he leveled up this year.
Right.
Man, seeing him in a Super Bowl, everybody on planet Earth would owe him an apology. Oh my God.
That's right.
Maybe Kay Adams.
There you go. No, dude, I just think those are the two right now, the two best schemed teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're playing way above like what their expectations were with the players they got. But the way they're playing, the way their coaches are coaching, I mean, it's just like a masterclass. Clint Kubiak is doing an amazing job over there in Seattle. JSN, if they played the Colts in the Super Bowl, JSN would probably repeat his 2022 Rose Bowl game where he had 15 catches and 347 yards and 3 touchdowns for Ohio State. And they might still lose because the Colts just score at will. Jonathan Taylor might score like 40 touchdowns this year. Like, it's unbelievable.
My gosh.
But yeah, Riq Woolen, good player. Please don't send him to Pittsburgh. I'm so tired of these physical corners. I can't do it, man. I spent decades watching Ike Taylor just get either defensive pass interference every single play or not be involved in the play and then do this when the receiver just dropped the ball. I can't do it again. So anyway, we got 15 minutes, Trey, before Thursday night football starts. So we're going to go through these games and give our predictions. So we gave our Thursday night prediction. Dolphins, Falcons, and in Atlanta. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I mean, is anybody ever going to pick the Dolphins again this year? I don't think so. Falcons, easy. Falcons by a mile.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a Falcons game. Although Falcons just got exposed pretty hard on Monday night with the run game. Or was that Sunday night? I can't remember. But the run game, they just got obliterated by Christian McCaffrey. So A-Chain could have a huge day. It won't matter. Falcons,
it
all day.
It won't matter because Tua is exposing the entire team in front of the national audience of the NFL fans everywhere. So
100%.
Yeah. So that's if your quarterback hates your team, I don't see you going very far and winning many games.
No. So Falcons in that one, both of us agree. Jets and Bengals in Cincy.
Yeah. Give me Cincy.
Yeah. Give me Cincy. It's funny because Aaron Glenn is trying to pretend like he's being sneaky by not telling us who the starting quarterback will be on Sunday. And it's like against the Bengals defense, he's like, we don't want our the other team to have any leg up. We want them guessing. It's like, brother, Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields are the same player.
Yeah.
And it's the Bengals defense. They are not very good.
Yeah.
They are so down bad. Browns, Patriots in New England.
Yeah, this is a fun one. In New England, give me the Browns, just straight up. I'll take the Browns straight up. Yeah.
Wow. I do like that. I did call the Titans to beat them last week. They couldn't do that.
They got smacked.
They got smacked. I'll go Patriots. Just favorites. They're playing really well. But would not be surprised if the Browns made this a pretty close game.
Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see how Drake May fares against a good defense like Cleveland has. Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe he's good. Maybe he's the GOAT. Maybe he's Tom Brady 2.0. We don't know. But we'll see. It's going to be a real test for him finally.
And Myles Garrett versus that offensive line. This is going to be the real test for the offensive line.
Yeah.
Which has improved from last year. Was a terrible offensive line unit last year. Definitely improved, but Myles Garrett's just different. He's just different.
It's a beast.
So, speaking of defensive lines, New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This time in Philly. 2 weeks ago, Giants win. Now we're in Philly. What do you think's happening here?
I'm telling you, man, when I was there, I was watching him. Jackson Dart is legit. He is real. I'm excited about it because you and I have been hammering the table for Jackson Dart since he got drafted. And I think they're going to sweep the Eagles. I think the Giants are sweeping the Eagles this year.
Woo, that is hot fire.
Yeah, it's hot. It's always hard to beat a team twice. But I don't know. The Eagles are okay. They got to play Carson Wentz in the meantime. And they're not going to make some of the same mistakes that they made last time, but I don't know, man. I don't know. They just looked really good against the Broncos. They shut the Broncos out for 3 quarters, and then you make some minor adjustments, you win that game, and then all of a sudden Jackson Dart is 3-1 as a starter.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, yeah. Give me the Giants.
Man, I'm gonna have to go Eagles. I feel like if the Giants beat the Eagles in Philly the first game,
Yeah.
that this game would be more live for the Giants being at home. As good as Dart played against the Broncos, his stat line was still pretty poor. He was, maybe little under 60% completion percentage. Really got saved by good play calling on that Bellinger touchdown.
Yeah.
Got saved on the Theo Johnson tipped. I mean, that was just magic.
The magic.
It just incredible. Still think Dart is really good, and this is going to be a good game. But Philly just played so well last week against Minnesota, and they passed extremely well against a really good secondary. So
Brown went crazy.
Devonta Smith went crazy. He had 180 yards, and I just think Hurts is going to right the wrongs from that first meeting they had. So give me the Eagles in this one.
Cool.
All right, Bills and Panthers in Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to take it? Well, I don't know. We talked about this last week, and the Bills are frauds, right? They seemingly look like frauds. They've only beaten bad teams, but Carolina they're a pretty bad team. I don't know it could be one of the situations where it's addition by subtraction of Bryce Young. We'll see how good this team really is in his absence. If they beat the Bills, then you can point at the Carolina Panthers and say, okay, your issue is squarely the quarterback. If they look like trash, then obviously there's a bunch more issues in that team. Then, never mind. No, give me the Panthers, man. I'm a big Panthers.
Go for it.
Let's do it. Let's go Panthers.
Rico Dowdle over or under 100 rushing yards.
Let's go over, baby.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just
like
buying
that.
it all in. Come on. I want to see the Panthers in the playoffs. I want to see the Bills crash.
The Red Rifle.
Yeah.
Red Rifle is going to be playing. Not to be confused with Red Rocket. Red Rifle.
Not the Red Rocket. Oh my gosh.
This is a tough one just because the Bills are coming off of 2 losses.
Yeah.
Panthers, I just think are just really bad. They have a great record, 4-3. I just don't buy into them that they're that good. And so I'll go with the Bills in this one, just to be contrary to Trey. Shout out to Kendrick.
Let's go, Kendrick.
Keep pounding.
I got faith, my guy.
Keep pounding. Bears, Ravens in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, questionable for Sunday.
Yeah. That's a big if. If he plays, Ravens. If he doesn't play, easy the Bears.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Ravens straight up either way.
Okay. Then I'll just take the Bears straight up.
Okay. There we go. I love it. I think the Bears rush defense is not very good. The big dog is going to be running all over the Bears in this one. And if Lamar plays, Ben Johnson is going to be furious on the sideline.
Yeah.
Really high total in that game too, 49.5. Really like that. All right, 49ers at Texans. Who you got?
Man, the 49ers are so banged up every time. But they do have Christian McCaffrey. So, give me the Niners.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be kind of a gross game. A lot of up and downs for the Niners so far. Texans are just awful on offense. They're so bad to watch. And I just can't – I can't pick the Texans against a good team, so I'm going 49ers as well.
Yeah.
Buccaneers, Saints. This is a good one in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's the Bucs though.
It is.
I know they just got stomped. I know they just got curb stomped, basically. But I think they come back with a vengeance, and they're like, "We're not going to." I mean, we'll accept losing to the Lions. We're not going to accept losing to the New Orleans Saints. That's Tez Johnson. I don't know. Tez Johnson looks good, man. And Agbuka, I think, is playing too. So I don't know. That might be a better, I'm not going to say a better duo, but you could have worse replacement options for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So I mean, Rachaad White also, he looks like he's still got it, and he's just marginally less of a player than Bucky Irving, I would say.
Yeah.
He's still
really. You only think he's a little bit less than Bucky?
I mean, he's just performed so well in his absence.
Yeah.
And Bucky
Probably a
Irving
testament to
obviously
the
is an
O-line.
incredible player, but I just think that, Rachaad White, like, you're happy having him as your backup. Like, he's as close to
Very
a
much so.
starting running back as you can get.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the Bucks.
I'll continue the trend of Cameron just being over the moon on the Saints. I'm going to say the Saints pull the upset here. I'm pretty surprised looking at the odds for New Orleans to win plus 190. I would think that'd be a lot more. Like Chicago's plus 240 to beat the Ravens. So New Orleans is, closer than them. I'll go Saints at home, beat the Buccaneers. Buccaneers have been riding high, but New Orleans stops them. This is a good one. Dallas Cowboys traveled to the Mile High City, play Denver.
Yeah.
You got Trey.
I've been thinking about this all day, and as much as I want the Broncos to win it, I think the Cowboys actually take this one. Broncos haven't seen a high flying offense like this the entire season. And typically when, other teams put up like 30 points or so, like the Broncos lose that game. And so I don't know. I think I'm going to go Dallas. But maybe that's just me. I pandering a little bit, but obviously I want the Broncos to win.
You're thinking about it right, because there's only been one receiver to really, truly cook Pat Surtain, and he plays for Dallas.
Hey, he didn't
George
even
Pickens.
do it. He didn't even do it.
He
It didn't count. There was a flag on that play. It didn't even count.
Flag on Surtain.
Yeah, it doesn't count. Go look at the stats. Go look at the official stats. It didn't even count.
Official stats don't matter. Those who grind the film, like me.
Yeah.
Grind film.
Yeah.
We know that George Pickens is a dog. George Pickens will probably draw Surtain. For a majority of the game.
I don't know.
They just move. If the Broncos choose to shadow CeeDee Lamb with Surtain, I could see that happening. But CeeDee just moves around the formation so much. They play him in the slot. They play him out wide. They play him at running back sometimes. I just think that Pickens will draw Surtain the most. And then, when Surtain is on CeeDee, you just get such a good matchup. George Pickens versus your boy Riley Moss. And
let's talk about Riley Moss really quick. Let's talk about him. First of all,
let's talk about it.
I heard what you said about that BS call on Sunday. That BS.
Which one?
The one.
Which one?
The game. The one at the end of the game. The one.
That was a great call.
That was garbage. That was garbage.
Yes, sir.
I need to show you a picture. I don't even know if I can show it quick enough. Man, there's this clip of whoever it was. I don't even know who it was. Number 81 in New York. If anybody knows,
Bo Collins.
Who's that?
Bo Collins.
Bo Collins. If anybody knows who 81 is in New York. Anyways, I saw a still image of it, and he literally is grabbing Riley Moss like by his belly, by his shoulder pad, and like, oh my gosh. Anyways, something you might like to know, because I heard you guys dogging my guy Riley Moss. Riley Moss allows the least completion percentage of any NFL cornerback. Anyone. 39.1%. That's what he's allowing.
Who says that? PFF?
No, that was Next Gen Stats.
Okay, Next Gen. Okay.
Boom.
I trust Next Gen more than PFF.
Yeah, same. I don't trust
Riley
PFF.
Moss isn't bad. He always draws like these like matchups that just are so funny to me, like T. Higgins versus Riley Moss, or like George Pickens. They just like much taller than he is, and it always looks like Riley is just struggling so hard to like keep up with him. He made some good plays against T. Higgins. I will give you that. But
the second
that was 100% pass interference in that.
Dude, you are smoking something. Wow, oh my gosh.
Dude. No.
He turned completely around and was looking like he was completely around looking at the ball. Like
he had
entirely.
full arms around Bo Collins.
No,
Collins
no.
He went
It
to
was
catch the
opposite.
ball,
Oh my
but
gosh.
the ball was down at come on, bro.
Brother. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna pull up the picture. You can keep talking about this. You can keep talking about this, but I'm going to pull up the picture because I wanted to show you this. Oh my gosh, you're dogging my guy. Hang
Thank
on.
you, Mo.
Hang
I
on.
love you, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, bro. You can show me what you want, but it's Bo Collins. The fact that Riley Moss even had to be that close to him to, keep him from catching the ball. The fact that there was that much separation initially, man, Bo Collins.
You are smoking. He was in perfect coverage, and he turned around for the ball, and Bo Collins interfered with him. I promise you, go back and look at it again. You need.
That was
my
clean.
gosh, Cam, I can't believe you're saying this because I heard you say it live, and it's live it looks like that, but if you go back, oh my gosh, you're getting me hot, dude.
That's classic fan cope. If you go back and look at it, though, it really wasn't. You put it in slow motion, and he actually didn't touch him.
Okay.
Sounds like me when arguing that Jesse James caught it. He did. All right, let's move on. Titans, Colts.
Yeah, the Colts, easy.
Colts. Yeah, that's just not even. Tennessee is plus 800 to win that. So maybe, but I don't see it. Sunday night game, really good one. Packers, Steelers. Who you got in this one?
That is a good one. All right.
I'll jump ahead of this because I've already planted my flag on this one.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh wins this one. The fans fall back in love with Mike Tomlin after calling for his head last week. It's just a classic Pittsburgh Steelers season. Lose to the Bengals, then play Green Bay in prime time. Aaron Rodgers revenge game. Dude, look at that.
Look at this.
Bro, that is AI garbage. Look at that.
AI? What are you talking about?
Look at the numbers, bro.
What are you talking? Where? What?
Exactly. Look at the grass stain.
Gosh.
That is the fakest grass stain I've ever seen.
Cam, what are you talking about? Look at this. This I don't even. What are you smoking right now? This is crazy.
I don't smoke, dude.
This is so crazy that
I'm high on life.
Okay.
Look at that.
Dude. That is a shot direct. You can just go back and watch it. That is a shot directly from the broadcast game.
Interesting that you show that after Bo Collins had to grab him after Riley Moss made contact directly. Look at where his shoulder is, directly into his sternum.
That's because he's turning around and he's going for the ball, and Bo Collins is like, "You're not going to intercept this ball,
dude. You're coping, dude. You couldn't even see this play live. You're too far.
Oh, okay. That's you're crazy. You're crazy.
Who do you have, Pittsburgh or Green Bay in this one?
I'm taking Green Bay. Screw the Screw the Steelers now that you said that about my boy.
Steelers winning confirmed. Let's go. Last game of the week, Monday night, Commanders Chiefs. Jaden Daniels already listed as out for this one. So
easy.
I think we're both in the same place.
Yep.
Chiefs.
Yep. Easy Commanders win.
The total's 47.5. Do you think it goes over just because of the Chiefs?
Yeah, because I think they're on a kind of a revenge tour almost, and they're trying to show, hey, we can put up 30 points a game. And so I think that the Commanders could score like 13. It could be like 13-34. Like that could be the final score.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously Kansas City's going to win that game.
I'm taking Kansas City for sure. So that's all the games for week 8. We've gone through all the trades and stuff we're looking forward to, gone through the Thursday night game, and now it's 8:19, and we're going to go watch this game. So guys, thank you all for watching this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video, share a comment, share it with all your friends. Make sure you subscribe. Go follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're live on all 3 of those. And go listen to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere you listen to podcasts. And if you don't mind, make sure you leave a review. Reviews really help us in the algorithm, help us get seen more. So if you haven't already, go over there and leave us a review. But with that, we will see you next week, or actually we'll see you Sunday. I won't be here. I'll be down in Mexico, and forgetting that all my fantasy teams are struggling so badly right now. Trey will be in charge, taking over Sunday night, and then we'll be back next week. But anyway, enjoy the weekend, everybody. Good luck to all your teams, and we will see you soon.
Peace. Ladies, we did the research for you. Fellas, pay attention. We've partnered up with Bonheure Jewelry. Bonheure is a celebrity favorite, eco-friendly jewelry company based in New York City. They're adored by stars such as Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, and Hailey Bieber. Their designs have been featured in top publications including Vogue, Elle, V Magazine, and on major platforms. We love them. They have great pricing for luxury jewelry. It's something that you can start planning for before the holidays get here and get it early. Click on the link in our show notes below. You can sign up for 15% off your first order. When you support our partners, you support FanFeed Network. Check them out.